Good evening, my name is Jerry D'Ambrosio and welcome to this week's special presentation. Managing your portfolio with the Genius is a piece of cake. You can set up automated exit criteria and be alerted of any stock that needs to be sold. But did you know you can use the Genius to trade stocks and ETFs in the US and Canadian markets directly with your trading accounts? Let me show you how it's done. The first thing you'll want to do, of course, is link up your trading accounts. And in the US, we are partnered up with Ally Financial and Interactive Brokers, and in Canada, we are currently partnered up with Questrade. The process or the steps are exactly the same. So to link up your account, you come up to the upper right here, click on Tools, go to Application Settings, and click on the Trading tab. You'll see at the upper left here, it'll say Add a new brokerage. Right now, there are no linked accounts found in this VectorVest 7 program. So to link up your account, click on Add New Brokerage, and you can see here in the States we have Ally and Interactive Brokers. You can link up both accounts here. If you don't have an account with either Ally or IB, you can open up a new account here right from the Trading tab. IB also offers a paper trade feature as well. You do need an account, a real money account, in order to access that paper trade account. But very simple, click on Link My Account to link up either or both accounts to your VectorVest 7 programs. Once you do, you'll see that you can unlink any of the accounts here at the upper left. Below that, I want to talk about the order defaults. You have an option to set your order type either as a market order, a limit order, a stop order, or a stop limit order. And if you choose limit or stop limit, you then have the options to change your limit prices. And again, you would set the defaults right here from the Trading tab. You go ahead and click on OK, and you're all set to go. You're ready to trade. So, for example, let me go into the stock viewer, and let's say you want to buy the top 5 VST stocks right now. Now, as you can see, and I want to keep this as real life as possible. Now, the market's down today, of course, so we're not in a position to buy anything today. But for all intents and purposes, let's say you want to buy the top 5 VST stocks. Well, this is our real-time program. And I'm noticing that a couple of the top 5 VST stocks are down today. I don't want to buy stocks that are falling in price, so what I can do is just cherry pick the top 5 VST stocks here that are actually up today. And all I did was I clicked on the top stock there, Med, held my Control key down, and clicked on the 4 other stocks there that are in the green. Okay, so all 5 of those are highlighted. And what we do next is we right click, and you can see up at the top are our TradeNow features here. You can trade now through Ally, you can trade now through IB, and you can also trade with your Interactive Brokers paper account as well. I'm going to select Interactive Brokers paper. Again, the process is exactly the same no matter which account you use. The trade ticket, which we're looking at now, is exactly the same. So what we want to do is fill out this order ticket. So I want to buy all of these stocks. You can see on the left-hand side the action. We can either buy, sell short, or buy to cover. I'm going to select buy for all 5 stocks. Now, we always suggest to dollar weight your portfolio, not share weight the portfolio. So in order to do that here, you would have to know how much money you plan on putting into each position and divide that by the current price of the stock to give you how many shares you'll need to purchase. Now, you can do that. Just quickly take out a calculator and figure that out. Let me show you a much better way. I'm going to click on Cancel here, and I'm going to take the same 5 stocks. Now I'm going to right click on them, and I'm going to select Quick Folio. I'm going to create a Quick Folio in the Genius, and I'll explain why I'm doing that here. So it says please enter a name. I'm just going to type in my portfolio. I'm telling it ahead of time how much money I want to put into this trading system, into this portfolio. I want to put 50,000. It automatically knows, since I'm buying 5 stocks, to put $10,000 into each position. So you'll see how the Genius and the Quick Folio automatically calculates how many shares you'll need to buy based on that dollar weighting. Purchase type is important. Remember, I want to buy these stocks, so I have to select long. Click OK, and we'll open the portfolio now. And there you have it. There are the 5 stocks. Now we haven't bought them yet. We just transferred them from the stock viewer into a Quickfolio. But look what it's done here. We have to buy 102 shares of MED. You can see the cost basis on the right-hand side, roughly $10,000 into each position, which equates to 102 shares of MED, 112 shares of Jobs, 199 shares of MU. So it makes it much easier now when I right-click, highlight all 5, right-click, and go back to TradeNow with Interactive Brokers. I'll pull this section up and pull this up a little bit as well. So I do want to buy. I have to fill this out still. I have to select buy here. But now I know that I want to buy 102 shares of MED. I'll scroll down to the next one, Jobs. I'm going to buy Jobs as well. And I'm going to buy 112 shares of Jobs. MU, 199 shares. HLF, 99 shares. And finally, Abercrombie, 366 shares. Okay, so I entered that information in there. The order type, I had the default set to market, so that's how it appears here. You can, of course, change that if you wish once in the order ticket. I'm just going to keep it set to market. Click on Preview Orders. All of those orders are loaded. You can see the bid, the ask, the last price, the order type, the duration, the estimated commission, and the estimated cost as well. Bottom right, you're looking at your total estimated cost and your total estimated commission. So for 5 stocks, you're only paying $6.78. You can see the minimum commission for any trade with IB is going to be $1. So everything looks good. I just simply have to click on Place Orders. Those orders are sent to Interactive Brokers. You can see the status updating in real time. It says your orders have been successfully submitted. Please close this window to view an updated order status. Now, I'm going to click on Close and then Close again. The orders have been sent to IB. I'm not quite sure if they're executed yet, but once they do, what you're probably going to notice is that your cost per share and your cost basis here in the Genius is a little different than your IB account or your Ally account, whichever you're using, right? Because execution time, there's a little slippage there. So what you'll do is you'll wait for the orders to execute. You'll go to your brokerage account, and what will you see? You'll see the 5 stocks. You'll see how much you paid for each share and what your cost basis is. So in order to manage this portfolio, I like to say penny by penny, you can adjust or edit the transactions here in this portfolio. So let's say the orders have executed, right? MED, I bought 102 shares. I know that. That's how much I'd stated I wanted to purchase in the order ticket. But my cost per share is a little different. Here it says $97.59. Well, I actually got a better price. I got $97.50. Jobs. You could see here it says $88.66. Well, here I got a little bit of a worse price. I got $88.72, for example. This information, again, you're taking from your brokerage statement. So let's edit these transactions. I want to reflect exactly the information that appears in my brokerage. So to do that, I'm going to click on Reports, go to View Transaction Log, and here's where we do it. So I'm going to click on Buy 102 shares of MED. I'm going to click on Edit. And again, I didn't get $97.55. I got a little bit of a better price, right? I got $97 and we'll say 51 cents. Or if you're just going to use or work off of the total cost basis, you can change that here. Click on Edit and adjust the cost basis. So you can do either or right here from the transaction window. Click OK. If everything looks good, the cost basis lines up with my brokerage statement, I click on OK. Go to the next one. Buy 112 shares of Jobs. Here, my cost basis was a little worse, $88.67. That'll edit the cost basis. Click OK. Everybody following with me, right? Click on the next one, Buy MU. Click on Edit. I know I bought 199 shares, but I got a little better price. I got $50.50. 7 cents. A little bit of slippage there. Click OK, and so on and so forth. Here we only have 5 stocks, so you would do the same for HLF and A and F. When we're all done, we click on OK, and that will adjust each transaction to reflect to the penny, folks, exactly how much you paid for each stock, what your cost per share is for each position here. What I love about the Genius is you get to view an equity curve. I can't view that in my brokerage account. Right now we're just looking at an intraday equity curve, right? We're only looking at about 6 or 7 minutes since I created the Quickfolio. If I click on the little wrench at the upper right here, I can change it from an intraday equity curve to an end of day equity curve. Now, of course, we don't have end of day data yet, but when we do, you would see an equity curve. Up at the top, it tells us how much buying power we have left, what our gain loss for the day is, the total value of the portfolio, and the total gain loss since inception. So what's missing here? This is a great start, right? We have 5 stocks that we truly own. We truly purchased each of those stocks, and now we have a really easy way to track those stocks to see how well we're doing. Let me scroll over to the right. What I love is this ROI column. So here, let me just talk about the columns that we see here. Let me scroll back over to the left. Obviously, company symbol, the type, whether we're long or short, the purchase date, the quantity, how many shares, the current price, the dollar change and the percent change in price from the previous day's close, the current relative timing of the stock, the recommendation, your cost per share, your gain per share, your cost basis, the current market value, your gain or loss represented in a dollar amount, and your return on investment. Percentage-wise, how much are you making or losing on each position, and the number of positions here. So you could see all of them. We have 1 position in each stock. If you were to purchase more of MED, you would see a 2 there. If you wanted to buy more of it, another lot, you'd see 3 there. So it does track how many positions you have into each stock. One thing we're missing, though, very important, is automation. Setting up stop criteria so that we don't have to be glued to the computer every single day. So I'm going to click on Edit at the upper right, and I'm going to turn the Genius on. I want to build a custom trading system. Okay, and with the auto timer, which does come included in the real-time program, you have the ability to use market timing in this portfolio. So you can set rules based on confirm calls, based on the DEW timing system, based on the green light, buyer, and kicker signals as well. You can tell the portfolio what to do when those signals change. Here, I'm just going to uncheck use market timing. What I want to do, and the only thing I want to do here, is set up stop criteria. So I'm going to click on automation rules. I'm not going to fill a position that's closed out of the portfolio automatically. You can do that. You can use a VectorVest search or a search of your own to fill empty positions. So once a stock meets its stop criteria, you can tell the Genius to automatically replace it with a particular search. You can also use the Derby. If you're subscribed to the Derby, you can use the Watchdog as well if you have the Watchdog. I'm just going to select none here, and I'm going to select my stop criteria. I'm going to use the profit locker, and I'm going to use a 35% gain, 15% loss. I'm going to go to more settings. It says when starting automation, which we're about to do I want to evaluate the stop criteria from the purchase date or evaluate the stop criteria from the current date? Well, it so happens that both of those dates are the same since I'm turning on the automation immediately. So I'll just say evaluate stop criteria from purchase date, click on finish. And this is an important part. It says, what do you want the Genius to do when a position meets its stop criteria? I want it to send me an alert only, and I'll show you why here in a moment. I just want the VectorVest system, I want the Genius to send me an alert anytime a stock in my portfolio meets that profit locker 35 gain, 15 loss. I do want to check throughout market hours. Again, if you have intraday or real time, you have this option. And yes, I want the Genius on. I just have to click on save. It says, we see you have made changes to your trading system. Would you like to apply this trading system stop criteria to your existing positions or only apply to positions you open from this point forward? I want to apply to existing positions. You'll see these little triangles here, yellow triangles appear. And then if I scroll over to the right, you can see the stop criteria has been attached to each position, and the Genius is currently on. Now, I said I only want an alert when any of these stocks meet their stop criteria. And the reason for that is I can sell any of these positions right here from the Genius. What I mean by that is I can sell them in my IB account or my Ally account or my Questrade account right here from the Genius. I don't have to do that. I don't have to execute the trade in my brokerage account. I can do it right here from the VectorVest 7 program. So I want the alert. Let's just say MED. I get an alert that I have to sell MED. All I would do is I'd right click on it, go to TradeNow Interactive Brokers. How many shares of MED do I own? 102. So my action is going to be sell. The quantity is going to be 102 shares. I'll set the order type. I'll keep it at market. Click on preview. There's my total estimated cost, my total estimated commission, and I'll click on place order. And there you go. Your orders have been successfully submitted. Please close this window to view an updated order status. It's still pending. I'll click on close and then cancel. Now, notice it didn't close the position in the portfolio here. It only sent the order to IB. What do? I wait for that order to execute. I wait for that trade to execute. Then I know what my sale price was. I know how many shares I sold. It's how many I purchased. But I need to know my exact sale price. Once I know that information, I can then edit the transaction as well. So what I would do is I'd click on Add Trade. You've probably seen this message before. It says this operation is not allowed while the Genius is on. Use the settings button on the Genius to temporarily turn it off. Your trading system will be preserved, then return. So I'm going to click on OK. Click on Edit. All I'm doing is I'm turning the Genius off. My trading system will be preserved. My stop criteria will still be within the Genius, just turned off temporarily. I'll click on Save. Go back to Add Trade. Select Sell Long. MED. Maybe I sold it a minute ago. I can change the timestamp. Maybe it executed a minute ago, so I can change the timestamp here to 10:38. I know I sold 102 shares. What was the price at 10:38? It was $97.15. What was my sale price? Well, I'm looking at my brokerage statement, and my brokerage statement says $9,911. So I'm going to change that. Remember, I want to track this penny by penny. Click OK. You apply the trade. There it is at the bottom in your pending trade window. Click OK. It says, are you sure you want to place the following trades? Sell 102 shares of MED at $97.18. Remember, this is only in the Genius. You've already sold your true position in your IB accounts. You're just editing the transaction here. Click on Yes, and it's gone. The portfolio now has 4 stocks. Now, I can go to Reports. If I go to Reports at the top, I can go to my trade history, and here is that trade. The purpose here wasn't to make money, and you could see lost about 0.39%, about $39, $38.97. You could see what your initial cost was, what your final cost was, and all the information here. And this log will obviously build up the more trades you make. All right, folks, I know that was a lot, but when you get the hang of it, the process becomes second nature. Now, the last thing I want to do is show you where your alerts will be sent and how you can set that up. So I'm going to come back up to the upper right, click on Tools, go to Application Settings, click on the Alerts tab, and here is where you'll set your alerts. So you click on an empty row here, you click on Edit. You can have either an email or a text message sent to you anytime a stock in your portfolio needs to be sold. So if you select text message, you'd select your carrier, type in your phone number, and what types of alerts you want to get. So here I would say send portfolio and order alerts. That's probably the most important one here. If you have the Watchdog or RoboTrader, you can send those alerts as well. But here, since you created your portfolio in the Genius, in the Portfolio Manager, You want to make sure that it sends you portfolio and order alerts. If you were to select email, you just type in your email address here. And you can also show those portfolio alerts in VectorVest 7 as well. You don't have to be in front of your computer, folks. If you get your email sent to your phone as well, if you can access your email from your phone, you'll be able to make trades instantaneously once you get those alerts. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this week's special presentation. Have a great weekend, and we'll see everybody again next week.